Blessings, friends. It's Maia here with an astro update. On March 18th and 19th, we have a new moon in the compassionate, altruistic, and intuitive sign of Pisces at 28 degrees. Those of you who have planets in the mutable signs of Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or planetary placements around 28 degrees in your natal chart will likely feel the effects of this new moon the most. A new moon is when the sun and the moon are coupled together in the sky, creating a time for seed planting, manifestation, and new beginnings. Pisces represents themes of the unseen realm, behind-the-scenes work, mysticism, spirituality, dreams, subconscious programmings, self-undoings, bad habits, jails and hospitals, as well as retreats, ashrams, theater, music, and the arts. We may see these themes highlighted individually in our life or globally at this time. On a positive level, this lunation can be creative, empathetic, romantic, artistic, forgiving, generous, and compassionate. On a challenging level, this lunation can be naive, sensitive, emotional, nostalgic, gullible, and have escapist tendencies. The traditional ruler of this lunation is Jupiter, the planet of luck, abundance, growth, and optimism. Jupiter just went direct in Cancer after a few months in retrograde. It's also widely trining this new moon. Thus, altogether, this can aid in a feeling of a positive shift and new beginning on internal levels, making its way manifest within the external realms. Leaning into faith, trusting the universe, and cosmic law can be beneficial at this time, as well as embracing growth and expansive opportunities. We have quite a few planets in the sign of Pisces, including Mercury, the planet of information and communication. Mercury here is still retrograde, thus communication can feel a bit unclear, foggy, or disillusioned. Also, technology, cars, and appliances can have some mishaps and go haywire, yet luckily Mercury will go direct March 20th, right after this new moon. But we do still have a 2-week post-shadow period for all things to be truly cleared up and optimum decisions to be made. Due to the stellium of planets in Pisces, it's easy to lose some balance in other areas of our life, as a lot of focus is being pulled to the Pisces house in our natal chart. With Mercury, the Sun, and Moon, Mars, and the North Node, all in Pisces, it can be helpful to look to your Virgo house in your natal chart to find some needed earthy, practical balance. An overwhelming amount of Pisces energy can lead us to be overly self-sacrificing, emotional, and more compassionate and sensitive than usual. We also have a harmonious aspect with Uranus, the planet of sudden changes and freedom-seeking energy. Thus, we can expect positive, unexpected changes to bring forth new beginnings that are stirring within, especially as we are getting accustomed to Saturn and Neptune, who just recently moved into Aries for a brand new cycle, where many of us are rebuilding our goals, and pioneering new dreams to set sail out onto a new Piscean sea. What area of life will this new moon in Pisces be happening for you based upon your rising sign? For Aries rising, this new moon will be happening in your 12th house. This could be new beginnings having to do with the hidden realms, behind-the-scenes work, self-undoings, bad habits, subconscious programmings, mysticism, jails and hospitals, as well as retreats, ashrams, theater, the arts, and music. For Taurus rising, this new moon will be happening in your 11th house. This could be new beginnings having to do with large groups of people, friendships, networks, organizations, progressive ideas, as well as future hopes and wishes. For Gemini rising, this new moon will be happening in your 10th house. This could be new beginnings having to do with one's career, status, public image, authority, leadership, achievement, and notoriety. For Cancer rising, this new moon will be happening in your 9th house. This could be new beginnings having to do with long-distance travel, higher learning, morals, philosophies, publishing and teaching, gurus, pilgrimages, and government institutions. For Leo rising, this new moon will be happening in your 8th house. This could be new beginnings having to do with shared money and shared resources, investments, inheritances, taxes, loans, the occult, sex, intimacy, psychology, and deep bonds. For Virgo rising, this new moon will be happening in your 7th house. This could be new beginnings having to do with personal relationships, business relationships, marriages, contracts, negotiations, agreements, collaborations, and legal documents. For Libra rising, this new moon will be happening in your 6th house. This could be new beginnings having to do with your health, work, employment, co-workers, rental agreements, debts, diet, exercise, organization, daily routine, as well as small pets and animals. For Scorpio rising, this new moon will be happening in your 5th house. This could be new beginnings having to do with creativity, self-expression, children, romance, dating, hobbies, celebrations, joy, and entertainment. For Sagittarius rising, this new moon will be happening in your 4th house. This could be new beginnings having to do with home and family life, property, real estate, inner security, the mother, emotional safety, ancestral roots, and tradition. For Capricorn rising, this new moon will be happening in your 3rd house. This could be new beginnings having to do with communication, how one thinks and speaks, local community, local travel, neighborhood, short-form learning and writing projects, online content, as well as extended family and siblings. For Aquarius rising, this new moon will be happening in your 2nd house. This could be new beginnings having to do with your income, how you make money, saving, earning, and spending styles, physical material possessions, personal resources, food styles, and self-esteem. And last but not least, for Pisces rising, this new moon will be happening in your first house of you. This could be new beginnings having to do with yourself, identity, physical body, outward appearance, and new endeavors. New moon and Pisces blessings to you all.